Well guys, this video is about replacing the sway bar links on Toyota motor vehicles. The process will be similar to other motor vehicles, so you can follow these steps. This might seem like a simple job, but removing these can be challenging. If you hear or feel rattling at the front of your vehicle when you are going over bumps, it might be your sway bar link. To confirm if it's the sway bar link causing the noise, lift the front of the vehicle off both wheels and place on jack stands. Remove the front wheels and place under the vehicle for added safety. Now, sometimes these sway bar links are so bad that you can use your hands to push and pull the sway bar links to feel a play or movement. Sometimes this is visible with the eyes. If you're not seeing or feeling a play or movement, use a large screwdriver or a breaker bar to push on the end of the sway bar right here, while using one hand to hold the sway bar link. If you feel or see any play, the sway bar link is bad and need to be replaced. Remember to do this for both sides. So now let's remove the sway bar link on this vehicle. Because of the design of Toyota sway bar links, it can be a challenge to remove them. Toyota designed these sway bar links to be removed by using a X-socket and a wrench to remove the nut. The X-socket usually fails by winding out right here. A better design is to use a wrench at the back here, but this is not designed that way. I will be attempting 3 options to remove this nut. Option 1 is to use locking pliers to hold the other side, then use a socket to remove the nut. Option 2 is Toyota recommended option to use a X-socket with a wrench, which never worked for me. Option 3 is to use a bolt cutting tool like this to cut the bolt, or use a cut-off tool like this. This will weaken the bolt, then the X-socket with a wrench can be used. I will start by using option 1 by holding the back with a locking pliers, then use a 17mm socket to try and remove the nut. You can see that it is not working. Using an impact gun didn't work either. Option 2 is to use a X-socket with a 17mm wrench, which didn't work. The X-socket wasn't able to stop the stud from turning. Sometimes option 1 and 2 works, so try those first, because for option 3 the bolt will be destroyed, and you might be doing a job where you might need to reuse the bolt or the sway bar links. But if you are replacing the sway bar links, it doesn't matter. You can cut the bolt and the sway bar link in any way to remove them. Using a bolt cutting tool is easier than using a cut-off tool, but I will use what I have. The OEM sway bar links doesn't come with the nuts, so if you're buying OEM, ensure that you buy the nuts as well. Aftermarket sway bar links usually come with the nuts. Use safety glasses and gloves for this. The camera angle is not showing this, but I'm not trying to cut into the studs to show that it is possible to remove the nut without destroying the sway bar link. But as I said, if you are replacing the sway bar link, you can cut right into the studs. As you can see here, I cut into the studs a bit, but it is still usable. Now I can use a 6mm X-socket and a 17mm wrench to remove this nut. The upper sway bar link nut is off, and it is time to remove the lower nut. I will try option 1 and 2 again. As you can see, I had no luck. I will have to cut this nut to remove it. For the lower nut, I will disconnect the tie rod end from the steering knuckle to create working space. I have to remove the safety pin to remove the nut. I will use a hammer to tap the steering knuckle while pulling on the tie rod end. It will pop right out. I will be using a locking pliers to the back of the stud and a 17mm socket to remove the nut. The nut is now off, and now I can remove the sway bar link. The hardest part of this job is done, and it's now time to install the new sway bar link. Torque the two nuts to 55 foot-pounds and the job is done for this side. Remember to reinstall the tie rod end and torque that nut to 36 foot-pounds. Also remember to install a new safety pin. Do the same for the sway bar link on the other side and the job is done. No alignment is normally needed after a job like this, but I recommend still go and check your alignment. It's normally free. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like this video and remember to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. See you on the next video, guys.